Here we are, post-game reaction to the Washington football team defeating the now undefeated, but with one loss, the Steelers, 23-17. This is a huge game after Pittsburgh putting up 14 points in the second quarter. Should have had 21. They got stopped at the 1 yard line 4 straight times. They got stuffed. The Washington football team only put up 3 points after a weird clock issue that ended up happening at the end of the game because Alex Smith took a ball or something, ended up bouncing in their favor. A little bit of luck there, but they ended up getting the 3 points. And then the Washington football team just comes back strong. The third quarter gets 7, and in the fourth quarter they get 13, and Pittsburgh the entire second half puts up 3 points. And this just shows you that Washington football team is not a bad team. They are in to win the division. Them versus the Giants. Let's see. I got my money on this football team. I know the Giants just beat the Seahawks. 2 huge upsets, 2 games that people thought they were probably going to lose, and they both ended up winning. And the Cowboys and Eagles, obviously in the NFC East, those are the 2 teams people thought were going to win at the start of the year. It's now 100% looking like it's either going to be the football team or the Giants. And I honestly think that I would not be surprised if either of those teams came in and beat the 5 seed, even though some people think that's just a wash. I wouldn't be surprised. They just beat the Steelers, who are arguably the best team in the league. And the Giants just beat the Seahawks, who are a really good team. So let's just get into the nitty-gritty. At the start of the game, Antonio Gibson gets hurt, right? I think he broke his toe or something along those lines, turf toe, I don't know, I forget. Not good. From that point on, I thought the game was over because Antonio Gibson's been the motor behind this team. He's the reason why they beat the Cowboys, in my opinion. And honestly, I thought they were done. They put up 0 points. In the second quarter, they put up 3. Jaden McKissick's not really a running back. He's more of a catching back. And Peyton Barber, he's honestly lackluster. Even in this game, he only put up an average of 1.6 yards a carry. Not good. From my point of view, and J.D. McKissick also put up an average of 1.6 yards per carry. Antonio Gibson's just a beast, and they need him back if they really want to make a playoff run, which I think this team could do if they keep playing the way they're playing, because they're looking like a really good football team if they play like this every week, which obviously consistency is hard, especially for a team that only has 5 wins. Again, we have to remember that they're only 5-7, but let's just see what happens there. But I think a big thing was the Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger ends up throwing the ball 53 times, goes 33 for 53, 305 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a crucial interception. And I think it was more that the running game was non-existent. Ben Snell had 8 carries and only 5 yards, so he was averaging 0.6 yards a carry, which is unacceptable. And then you have, McFarland, 4 carries, 15 yards, etc. And receiving is pretty lackluster too. I think they should have run the ball a little more. I think they had to take it out of Ben Roethlisberger's hands when you're ahead with the lead. Just run the ball, get the clock out. I think they did a terrible job of really holding, not giving the ball back to Washington. I think Washington, I don't know how many possessions they had, but they had too many in my opinion. The Steelers did end up outgaining the football team, but they're pretty much tied 318 to 326. Passing yards, Steelers end up with a little bit more. Rushing yards, Washington football team only has 45, but ends up doubling the Steelers. And again, crucial, 21 rushing yards only from the Steelers. Absolutely terrible. And the football team wins in first downs, and the football team wins, and they only go 5 for 18 on third down, and 0 for 1 on fourth down, which is unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable, but they still end up winning, which is absolutely crazy. They end up winning with 62 yards on penalties. They're both basically tied possession-wise, 30 minutes to 29 minutes and 57 seconds, so nothing there. But honestly, this was just a game of capitalizing, scoring touchdowns instead of field goals. And I think a huge thing was the Steelers not capitalizing when they were at the 1 yard line, getting stuffed 4 straight times. So there that is. This might overshadow the Seahawks loss a little bit, which I'm happy about. The undefeated team is no more. The Chiefs now will most likely, no, I think the Steelers still hold the tiebreaker because Steelers lost to an NFC team while the Chiefs lost to an AFC team. So right now the Steelers are still the 1 seed, but they got to win out because I don't think Chiefs are losing again. and that's huge if you get that bye. So, please like, subscribe, do all that. I'm going to be coming out with a Sounders game reaction in, like, literally a couple hours, so please stay tuned to that. Do that. Thank you. See you guys.